Welcome. We're going to be laying some road down. We're starting the engines. Don't forget that hose. Warming the thing up there. This one's okay. Couple of rolls. This is fun. It's a big one. Just generated us the light. Tree light. Got the robot kilometre voice on. They're bright at night. Pizza. Supposed to be a cool change coming. Half a moon. It's about a quarter of the way up the skyline. Hey boo, living in the woods. It's a ghost train. It actually is on the line. Of course. And it goes. Look by the windows now. Crickets. It's a clear sort of night. You can see the stars and the moon. Where am I? It is.
Do you have a great outdoor living area that's not getting used because you're tired of sharing it with mosquitoes? Eggs. And birds. Talk to Suplex Outdoor Living, the Brisbane company specialise in screening the critters out and letting the local breeze in. SuplexOutdoorLiving.com.au.
Do you want to improve your memory, concentration and learning ability?
Hey Trisha. What you up to? Kept talking to me.
Radio content.
It's 9:49 p.m. Thursday night.
From Australia's best radio broadcasters, plus daily highlights and interviews to stream.
So morning for you, I suppose. Yeah, I thought I'd just get out and get some more walking done. See what happens on the way. Already seen one of those boys in blue cars. Coincidentally.
Distance 2 kilometers. Duration 36 minutes 57 seconds. Pace 13 minutes 33 seconds per kilometer. 107 kilocalories burned.
There's only like another day or two left in the month anyway. So it'll probably be around 120 kilometres for a month. I don't do too much more than that a month. Especially when I've covered a lot of places too.
With our inland rail for spot-on service, spot-on rates, and spot-on prices. You need spot-on electrical service. All the So don't settle for anything less than spot on. For more information or to book a free quote, Google Spot On Electrical today or call
Don't get dizzy.
7944. License 84362.
Right back.
With John Stanley.
Just have to stop and read it. It's pretty hot today. Again. It's supposed to be winter coming. Must be a cold front coming. Might cool down a bit during the day. But what do weather people know?
So when
Turn the brightness up.
you realise that it was originally spelled N-U-S-H. It was spelt like mush, but if you pronounce it with a Yorkshire accent, it comes out as York.
Okay. 10 to 7 a.m. Over there.
Your muzzle. Your face was your muzzle. That was the first one said you came. After your muzzle. That became your bush. Or your bush. But if you Yorkshire, it becomes your bush.
I hate the sound of those four-wheel drive tyres.
Nothing strange about it.
They're driving on bitumen. Speaking of bitumen trucks. truck.
The idea is one generation can be guilty of things done by a previous generation. So some forebear of yours was
Might sweat so much.
at the time when land was being
See what
taken from
happens.
Aboriginal people. Therefore, although you can be doing all that, you could be guilty of it. So the question that we were asking is, does it make sense to say that
Okay. You're allowed to.
Chris Cutting enabled, and they always see that south corner being part of a cricket field, and it's
I'll hold it against you.
Cow corner. Well, it's where a cow shot. It started
That
off as a
Vic.
cow shot. A cow shot is a really
That's Chev.
bad shot. That is, it really
So you might as well just, American
shot
Chev.
over the ball, basically.
Just say,
Normally a ball pitched on off start.
yeah, the Australians here that put a Chev badge on it.
So where a shot played like that as a car, the shot that shoot a cow shot.
It's not really a dumb thing.
Michelle says that we took that broken record, had the sound of music, there was a scratch on it, and it kept, of course, just repeating, and the bit where the scratch was flying, flying. So it was very funny. Listening to that one. Someone just mentioned my new...
A little bit. That one on board. For the second time.
It's a really interesting word. I wanted to make sure I wasn't being set up here. A smell fungus is a discontented person, a grumbler. We know who invented it. It's one of those words that we know who coined it. It was coined by a man named Lawrence Stern, the English novelist. He wrote very funny book. Yeah. And he just coined the word. He made it up for that book. And it's occasionally been picked up since. It doesn't turn up often.
Need a camera
It's a good
one.
one. You're a smell fungus.
Oh, I love that one. That's a good one. Terrific. And look, there's an entire story here online about this, about young people calling news. Now, it's like my son talking about the NFL. He's interested in American football. Saying, "Oh, John," he's saying, "Dad, he says the draft." I said, "The draft." He goes, "It's the draft." I said, "Mate, it's the draft." So he's saying draft because he's hearing it from America. He's following American football, and a lot of kids are saying news
Because
not
Americans,
news.
yeah, because
Like
Americans
saying that the kids in Australia is starting to talk like Americans at school.
News is correct, and then saying news I think is wrong. But it's not just Americans. I used to work with a guy, Jeff Watts, a wonderful guy to work with, passed away a little while ago. Jeff came from Banbury Cross, Banbury in England. And Jeff said news because that's the way it was pronounced as a dialect pronunciation. It is part of the United Kingdom. So I think that the Irish would pronounce it the same way. So you and I know news is correct. I think we've got to struggle. So we can say we have to live with that one. There's a couple of other emails. I want to share with you news about news. Yes. And don't forget what's happening this weekend. What's ending this weekend?
Short shout, Aaron.
They're singular. Oswoods.com.au is his website, and you'll be here next week? Will be.
Go electric in a BMW iX3 or BMW iX xDrive 40 with exceptional BMW finance offers available on both new and demonstrator models and additional power-packed extras also included. Your path to electric has never been easier. Contact your BMW dealer or visit bmw.com.au. Offerings March 31. BMW Finance Australian Credit License 292387. Fees, charges, conditions and eligibility criteria apply.
Racing the Ram Trucks Red Hot DS 1500 Express Run Out for Red Hot 3.99% finance rate. Stock is limited. See Ram dealers today. PCC supply. Approved ABN applicants of Ram Trucks Finance only.
Square components for change for fines and
I don't drink. Not really. So it's illegal to have open containers anyway. In public. Got water. 2 litres of it. And the rad's on the radio that you can hear.
Foundation to help kids with their mental health. You can donate at participating Ampol, Woolworths, Metro Go or Ampol Foodary stores until April 4th. See ampol.com.au for details.
There could be about 30 kilometres left in the goal.
On Brisbane's
Finish off on the 280s.
Five headlines tonight after this.
Having a day out on the bay? Then make sure you stop by the Belvedere afterwards for some lunch. There's something for everyone on the menu and stunning views from every seat in the house. No doubt about it, the Belvedere is a perfect spot to catch up with family and friends. Plus, we're also dog friendly, so bring your pooch along for some doggy ice cream.
Don't forget to subscribe. Much appreciated.
The Belvedere Hotel,
There's something outdoors.
Hi, it's Gary, Mark and I would love you to join us on 4BC Brekkie.
Brisbane's 882 4BC.
News bulletin reaction to offensive tweet remembering fallen officers and concerns about rising sea levels. Good evening, I'm Donna Surimana. One Nation New South Wales leader Mark Latham is being blasted for a homophobic tweet. Mr Latham's Twitter account appears to have made a post aimed at independent MP Alex Bennett. Federal One Nation leader Pauline
Distance 3 kilometers. Duration 47 minutes 20 seconds. Pace minutes 22 per kilometer. 175 kilocalories burned.
Hey, Defik. We didn't already say hello.
Says a raft of evidence has led to an expansion of an antiviral program to help treat COVID-19. Patients aged 60 to 69 with one health risk factor are now eligible for a Pfizer medication, Paxlovid. Previously, people in this age group had to have 2 serious health risks to be prescribed the antiviral. Professor Paul Kelly says the shift is based on comprehensive research.
This is probably the 3rd or 4th time they've changed slightly their recommendations. So it reflects that new evidence, analysis of that evidence, advice given judgment on the basis of that evidence.
Two Queensland police officers who were found to be shot in the Western Downs have been unveiled.
For water.
The memorial for Constable Rachel McCall and Matthew Arnold sits outside Miles Police Station. They were killed along with an innocent neighbour by three gunmen in December. Queensland Police has launched its Easter road safety messaging saying the focus should be on chocolate, not attending funerals. Starting tomorrow, Operation Victor Easter will run until the 16th of April. Acting Assistant Commissioner Chris Stream says there's no excuse when it comes to bad driving.
You will see increased enforcement right across our major arterial roads, as well as even suburban and rural roads throughout the entire road network.
Scientists are worried about the impact of climate change and rising sea levels. They're worried that heat being absorbed by the ocean is slowing down food circulation, which keeps the water and sea life healthy. Antarctic Science Foundation Chief Executive Andrew Kelly said the oceans are in danger.
If these slow down, then those fisheries are in danger, and our currents will slow down, meaning that our oceans become more still, and as we know, still water sinks and starts to die, and nothing lives in still water.
In finance, one Australian dollar is buying 66.95 USD.
Boy, Saturday night football. West Tigers put 35 on
Another narrow defeat in the NRL, going down to the Roosters 28-20. Both Parramatta centres spent 10 minutes in the field as Bailey Simon was binned for a high shot on James Tedesco, which held the fullback out of the match with concussions. Eels captain Kent Duffington says they made it hard for themselves.
Two in the bin doesn't help in the first half, and they put two quick tries when we were in the bin, and look, it's disappointing because we're there again with 15-20 minutes to go, and try off the kick, just breaks your back.
In the AFL, the Western Bulldogs have their first win of the season, downing the Brisbane Lions 67-53. 10th seed Yannick Sinner has won through to the men's semi-finals with the Miami Open in straight sets. Women's second seed Elena Sabalenka has cashed out in the quarters. That's usually
more reliable way to move goods around Australia. Discover more at powermanrail.com.au. This is our opportunity. This is our inland rail.
Club Rugby League registrations are now open. Your kids can learn the fundamentals of league in a safe and supportive environment. They'll form real friendships which last a lifetime. Practice real teamwork that builds character and a sense of fairness. And real skills that build confidence and resilience. Join thousands of kids already registered and play something unreal. Join your local club rugby league team today. Register at playrugbyleague.com.
Zero, I have found a top fishing spot.
Where is it, Big Man?
At Lowe's, there's a huge range of anglers and fishing polos and tops to help you catch the big one. Plus, there's hiking and camping wear in unisex, kids, and big men's sizes, and fishing and hiking pants and shorts with great features like SPS protection and moisture-resistant fabric. So don't wait, check out the fishing and outdoor range available in-store and online. Hello! Where is that spot?
Care and consideration. These are words that many people forget about in today's hectic world. But at Alex Gow Funerals, care and consideration are the very reasons our business has survived for so long. Many of us forget about family ownership or the fact that we have been helping the good people of South East Queensland since 1840. That these are the values that allow us to make every funeral so very special.
Alex Gow Funeral. Care and consideration for needed most. Here at Alex Gow Funeral, for families over 175 years.
One headlight.
With John Stanley, right across Australia. 131873 is the number at 8 minutes past 11, past 10 if you're listening to us in Queensland. And of course, any information you've got for us, you can shoot it through us on a text 0460 873 873. We were talking about April Fools and the history of it.
April Fools.
Listeners sent me an email going
Please
back,
subscribe.
even to the 80s, where
Subscribe now.
On the story suggesting that the Opera House was sinking, and that might have been one of those that did actually take a lot of people in. So thank you for all the correspondence. And there's a few other messages on Grandma and Rose that we will keep and pass on to Kel for next week. I'll be away for a couple of weeks. Bill Rich will be in the chair tonight, and Kel will be back there next week doing words. Also, I've got a message coming down on the text line. I was aware of part of what you've just you've said on the text line, Len, we'll try and get that confirmed if we can. I thank you very much for that information. On the car. But that's all I can say. That we might be hearing more about something like that. Thank you very much for your question. People want to send this information, which is confirmed. There's a lot coming up in this hour. If you heard last week, or in fact last night, I was thinking to follow.
Should be a good movie. John Wick. Chapter 4.
Legalising cannabis and having it much more
Wicked to the
available.
left.
A lot of you were raising concerns about the prospect of that. I said I'd talk to Ross about that. So our Thursday night chat with the doc, that'll be coming up
There you
soon.
go. We're going to talk about the
9
doctor.
minutes past 11 or 10 in Queensland.
Dr. Fire Evergreen.
Page of tomorrow's Brisbane Courier Mail. Now, front page of the Courier Mail has a good story. This talking.
They'll be behind someone else.
Allegedly nominating him after he died in a Gold Coast crash. Police released the Park Ridge woman, 33, who didn't know Mr Jenkinson, claimed he was the driver using details found in the obituary. According to police, Mr Jenkinson's grieving widow received the fine notice just weeks after he and 3 others were killed. We know, of course, that story of what happened with that mid-air collision, where there were others who died as well, the British tourists and the Sydney woman Vanessa Tadros, but that's pretty extraordinary. That's the claim that's been made. The woman's been charged. She's 33. The allegation is that she took the details from the obituary and nominated him as the person that had been driving the car, and then the grieving widow received the fine notice.
98% battery.
Weeks after they'd been killed. So that there is on the front page of tomorrow's Brisbane Courier Mail. They've also got a story about an increase in rego and charges for Queensland motorists, an extra $19 on their rego.
It's in power saving mode only for 5 apps or something, but only 2 running at one time.
They're talking about a range of increased charges.
So there's drain on the battery. But with the newest 23, you shouldn't have a problem with the Ultra one.
Fees and charges will jump by 3.4%. There's a range of things being announced tomorrow by the Queensland Government. Some of those are on the front page of
One day,
Mail.
manifest it.
Sydney, they've got
It will happen.
Story. The Bra Boys, based around Maroubra, very well known. The headline they've got is Bra Boy Bust. You've heard the story this afternoon.
Thanks everybody that's in chat.
Surfer arrested over $12.6 million drug importation.
Distance 4 kilometers. Duration 58 minutes 29 seconds. Pace 11 minutes 9 seconds per kilometer. 225 kilocalories burned.
The ANZ Bank, some of its branches, where potentially cash has been banned from the branches. Now, what they are saying is there are a series of branches where you can no longer deposit and withdraw over the counter. Now, in their branches, they have ATMs. And there are ATMs now where you can not only withdraw, but you can deposit as well. So what they're saying is, in the branches where we no longer handle cash at the counter, we will actually provide a...
Pretty much goes in when they go in the bank anyway, and they take coins in, and then they can use the ATM machine, so count it all for them anyway. No, it's a deposit.
Point here from the Council of Ageing, Chief Executive Patricia
They only really need stuff, maybe if you're doing a home loan or something.
A lot of older Australians are not comfortable digitally because they're worried
Probably
about
do that online.
So people are being forced to go digital again there are, I mean, a lot of people don't even use cash these days. When you try and force these changes on people, and then you've got businesses as well who are then unable to do their business over the counter, and that's the way they like to do it. You've got to bring these changes in, and you've got to make sure that you're not excluding people when you make these changes. I'm guessing one way to deal with it might be if there was a government-owned bank that could then not just be so worried about shareholders, but could actually provide some service and then the other banks to do that. But that's right, we had those and sold them off. So that's the Telegraph, that's its front page tomorrow. Sydney Morning Herald, if you live in Sydney, you'd know, and you've probably heard this around the country,
She smells right. You can just smell perfume. It's a female, I can see it. Female.
Because of union action as well over the last 12 months. But today you have the T1 line in Sydney, service heavily disrupted. Today, also last Saturday night, thousands of people were left stranded. So this seems to be a common thing. Headline says the new Labor government will commission a major independent review of the state of Sydney for moving railways, review of construction delays and an entire network shut down. They'll investigate the repeated infrastructure failures across the network and advise the government within months on how to implement rapid and durable remedies. That's what they're saying there. They've also got
I saw an electric bike today. Oh yeah, I think it was in the magazine, LB's magazine, for $999. It was black.
And most conservative supporters, including party leaders.
Well, I had two colours with it. I got one to be black. I don't know if I ever got one. Someone to steal. Spend it on a car.
On the front page of the news there, I put this earlier today. I guess there's two things you could do. You could either
say a prayer for the dead possum.
You could either very simply
last post. It's been hit by a car. So this. knew the train was coming, but still got me. What if that was copyright? Probably is. Doesn't matter. Delete VOD quick.
There, and more detail than's been given before about what the voice can and can't do.
I know, could you tap the
across the front
screen
page of the Australian newspaper.
twice to
and
make
they've
the
also got
camera
their
angle,
main story,
camera
which is this
lens
push by the
change?
unions
No.
to lift the wages of people
You only
who are
gotta
the
use
lowest
the,
paid, whether it should be at the level of inflation. Industry says it should be lifted to by about 3.5%, which is from what largest
Need to make it bigger.
recommended increase by industry in many years, 3.5%, still
Fat
well
fingers.
below inflation, but nonetheless it makes for a fascinating argument before the Fair Work Commission. 131873 down number, 0460873873, 19.5 minutes past 11, past 10 if you're in Queensland.
Live radio is currently playing content that cannot be played on our online stream. Normal programming will be used to radio content that
Dizzy.
podcast from Australia's best radio broadcasters, plus daily highlights and interviews to stream or download.
Aussie Dave here from Aussie Hoses. I've been a plumber for 25 years. I got sick of installing low quality hoses for my clients. So we developed the highest quality retractable garden hose, specifically engineered for Australian conditions. We then decided to add free professional installation. So get rid of your messy, tangled garden hose and have it replaced with the famous Aussie retractable garden hose. Go to aussiehoses.com.au and we'll do the rest. All with my personal 2-year guarantee.
The world starts with Virgin Australia. Earn velocity
I like
points and
him,
fly
it's
to
better than that.
destinations
All
around the
under me.
world with Virgin Australia and our network
The
of
front one.
world-class airline partners. United Airlines.
That's it. Put some more lighting too. Night time.
Bring on the world and bring on what
See the city up there.
Velocity membership has been 19
Let's cross live now to Sarah for news on how Hearing Australia is making it easy for Australians to receive expert hearing care.
What?
That's right, Andrew. You join me on the Hearing the Nation tour, which is visiting 1,000 locations during
WrestleMania's
March,
coming soon.
delivering free hearing checks for adults. Search Hearing the Nation or call 134 432 to book your check today. Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
This Friday night at Suncorp Stadium, it's on. See a little rugby at its best at Suncorp when the mighty Queensland Reds host the Crusaders.
So it's rugby union at Suncorp Stadium. Hello. Shadow's following me. Rugby union. Porsche. Hey, that muffler. eBay parts. This stream is not sponsored by any sponsors. Any shoe sponsors out there, like sneakers or anything, would be much appreciated. Just contact me if you like. Need a pair of shoes. Walking. Long distances.
It's pretty busy.
Couple of oxygen tanks
for the night, and in fact, we're going to go to the UK right now. We're going to go now. Yeah, let's go now. We're going to the UK. Let's go.
Walking to the UK. Homeless Andy's walking to China. He's riding a bike to China. Get your thumb out. No way. Stranger. Get in the car.
He's become the first British monarch to address
Donate $10,000 and I get a next car that stops.
When you consider they're not that long ago, really. This morning, our time here, we've spoken to the British state.
I should climb on those stairs. We'll come down here and exercise, eh?
German and English, and stressing the importance of the relationship.
Oh, if I walked up there, then I'd have to walk down the other side, then I'd have to walk a maze. That would be good training, wouldn't it? Look at that. Up and down how many times? The records the altitude too.
Distance 5 kilometers. Duration 1 hour 11 minutes 19 seconds. Pace 12 minutes 50 seconds per kilometer. 279 kilocalories burned.
Thanks, Farmer. Thanks, Frank. Was I going to say something? Motorbike? Nah, that's like a little scooter. I was going to say something else. You know, I'd forget. When I remember, I'll yell it out. Yell it. Feel pretty good tonight, exercise-wise, at the moment. Just a little bit of crutch rub. Haven't changed anything. Could be the way I'm walking. I might need adjusting, I think. If you know what I mean. There's a brewing place across the road there. It used to be a lifeline. Now it's sort of big kettles. Yeah, it's nice. Maybe I can go in there one day and have a... Even if I can't take the streaming, I can just take camera and just film inside. Film the kettles. Big kettles. Used to drink beer, but can't really drink it now. Probably drink one or two. You get the taste of it, but then got to be careful with sugar. Carbs, if we want to call it, or something. No. Uphill. I am getting my watch time up, so I'll just continue at the moment with this. Plus it's making me a lot fitter, and it's helped me with the blood sugar levels, keeping them down. Let me see how cold it gets the next few weeks. Hopefully it does. Hope you're all doing well. I'm out here talking to some people. Welcome to chat. I'm just talking to myself. It doesn't matter. It's just supposed to do, isn't it? The moon's out.
Oh man, did you butcher the speech at both of Kim's weddings.
Now I googled it, they reckon that there's not more crazies out when the full moon's out. Even though the moon is called lunar.
We cover trucks for landscapers, trucks for cabinet makers, even trucks for people fixing circuit breakers. You mean like cabinets? Yes, thinking right. That's what you do, trucks for small businesses.
Good morning, farmer. Good morning, America. Good morning, Vietnam. If I had a way to detect that the copyright screens come up, but Mobile, I don't have a clue. Maybe this just goes black on this side, but I don't like risking it. With laptop, they get a warning, you can tell, like desktop warning. Same thing. But I can't be carrying a laptop around. I can in the backpack, but not like live.
Content that cannot be played on our online screens. Normal programming will resume shortly. To check out the latest Nine Radio content, head to 2GB, 4BC, 3AW or 6PR online and click on the audio tab. There you'll find full show podcasts from Australia's best radio broadcasters, plus daily highlights and interviews.
Someone got murdered here. Don't know exactly which the spot was, but they got murdered here. Somewhere right here. I don't know, it's in this tunnel. I actually think it was when they got off a train and they crossed the road. And they walked up there somewhere, I think. It wasn't very long ago, I tell you, because I usually walk through here. Hey man. I used to walk through and stream on the way up the road. Probably was like 8 months ago or 6 months ago when I started walking around this area.
A person who likes donuts and jockey wheels. We know you must
I used to walk this area when I was a kid.
And if you love it, you want to protect it.
Not a kid, but
so make
I
sure
mean,
you
the
cover it with you.
Bit more grown up.
Insurance.
Well, probably
Product issued by UE Pty Ltd. Consult our account and trade PDS to decide this product is right for you. PMD and PDS available at UE.com.au. Are you running a small
camper van? We've noticed a lot more homeless lately too. It's an off-road one, that's alright. There's someone in it. Aussie Roadrunner RV. Sort of Land Cruiser. Yeah. Hamilton.
The affordable mini home defibrillator. Yes, here he is with our Thursday night chat.
Carry my own defibrillator.
Hi, good evening, John. Lovely to talk to you. We did talk about this last night. We were talking about the legalised cannabis party. They're getting MPs.
Legalised cannabis party. Talking about it on 4BC.
You are, and I was speaking for you. I think I'm right about this. You've been an advocate for medicinal cannabis, but you have great concerns about the broader issue of either decriminalising or legalising cannabis. So just go through both those positions first. And I did say to our listeners I'd look at that position about the danger of decriminalising or legalising.
I don't know, what do you think?
I have strong views, and I've always got to say when I start this conversation that I'm on the board of a company
that is
developing medical cannabis around the world, so I have to declare my interest on this, especially on radio when you're talking about these sort of things. But look, I totally agree with what Jeremy was saying last night about how ridiculous is it if someone gets a benefit from having medical cannabis, which for people is not the same thing as smoking illegal cannabis. You get mainly CBD with a little bit of THC that doesn't have the psychotropic effects. So you might find a trace of THC in your bloodstream or on a gene test or a drug test the next day, but it's not enough to cause any issues at all. So you think about the person who's getting a benefit from medical cannabis, but then has to drive the next day, he gets pinged for drug driving. I mean, it's just ridiculous. So I think that there has to be a pretty rapid change in that. And now that we've got a new government, maybe the new government can see some sense because the old government didn't do a thing about it. So that's the first
Just on that one though, and I did try to make this point last night, so the issue is you've got traces of it in your system, but you are capable of driving, is that right?
Oh yeah, with just a little bit of THC, which doesn't hurt anyone. And this is the whole difference between medical cannabis, which you swallow, and smoked cannabis that you're smoking. Now, that's a completely different argument. And the benefits now we're seeing with medical cannabis, and not just for childhood epilepsy, but for adult epilepsy, we're seeing it for many aspects of cancer therapies. People are getting dreadful pain associated with cancer. Medical cannabis relieves that. chronic pain that's not even related to cancer. People are getting benefits there. A lot of autoimmune diseases, a lot of mental health issues, anxiety, depression, across the board. I'm not saying medical cannabis is the panacea for medicine, but there are some significant benefits for people, and I think it should be legalised. And as Jeremy said last night as well, I completely agree with him on this one, but it's just so hard for people to get the stuff, and it's so expensive. We've got to change some of the rules around this, because I'd much prefer someone to be using medical cannabis for their problems than using something like oxycodone or those dreadful narcotics that people get addicted to with many more side effects and problems. So that's that point of it. But the other side of it is, firstly, designed for two things, John. They were designed for the sprays that people use for asthma, and mainly they were designed for a strange thing called breathing. They were not designed to put a white stick in your mouth and suck the smoke in, whether it's legal cigarettes, which I'd ban anyhow, or illegal marijuana. So once you start smoking things, you damage your lungs, and there is no doubt that even 3 joints a day has the same pervasive effects on your lungs as 20 cigarettes a day. But even taking the effects on your lungs out of it, what about the effects of high-dose THC? And so when people smoke joints, and I can't even do a Bill Clinton, I've hardly even seen marijuana, damn stuff, but when people smoke joints, they get somewhere between 5 to 25% THC, which is the dose that does your head in. And the more recent versions of marijuana are even stronger levels of THC, so much more psychotropic. So some people will get away with it, but many people won't. So if you have a predisposition, you mentioned it last night, a predisposition to things like schizophrenia, it can really bring out the schizophrenia. And also there's been some studies to show that even 3 joints a day over 10 years can cause the same brain rot as a 70-year-old. People who are going towards Alzheimer's disease. So, and also 1 joint a week can increase the risk for males to become infertile. There are a lot of health issues associated with this. Now, again, I don't think people should be thrown in jail for using marijuana. So I agree to some extent about some
distance, 6 kilometers. Duration, 1 hour, 22 minutes, 19 seconds. Pace, 11 minutes per kilometer. 342 kilocalories burned.
Last night when he was saying, well, if you set it up complete legalisation and then have commercial sale and commercial production of the stuff, you've then got the profit to try and get as many people using the stuff as possible. We know how many people died as a result of the tobacco industry and their advertising, so we'd be going down that path.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
Let's look at some of the news that you'll be covering in detail on your show this weekend. A base one, which I think is what you do as a cardiologist, preventing heart disease.
Yeah, but this is really interesting because they're talking about tweaking the stem cells in the heart to make them rejuvenate heart muscle. And they've now found the gene that does this. But here's the Goldilocks principle. You want to give enough, but not too much, because if you give too much, you can over-proliferate cells and possibly even cause cancers. So they're trying to get the right dose of gene tweaking treatment, and they're doing this now in mice, and they found that when they activated this particular gene in younger mice, then when they induced a heart attack a few months later, they recovered fully because this gene was there to react to the heart damage. So what I'm saying is you should look at people by the newer techniques we have of screening people for heart disease and see that people who are at high risk for heart disease, maybe when we have this treatment, we could just give them enough just to tweak those regenerative genes, but not too much to cause issues. So it's a really interesting concept.
Yeah, you're also looking at depression. What's the latest news on depression?
Because you and I have spoken quite a bit about the gut microbiome. Well, this is a study that has a few stages to it. They measured what we call estradiol levels, which is the primary female hormone in premenopausal women, and found that women who had premenopausal depression had 43% lower levels of estradiol. Then they looked at some gut microbiome samples from women who were depressed, women who weren't depressed before menopause, and they found out that there was a much higher rate of degradation of this estradiol by these defective gut microbiome. Then they found the bug, a thing called
something I heard about eating celery.
That was the bug that was in the gut microbiome of women with premenopausal depression. So then they gave this
What's
stuff
that for,
to mice,
diabetes or
and they
some
found
sort?
that mice exhibited depressive behaviour.
Oh, there was something
and also broke down each
about
other.
coffee.
So what we're talking about
If you have cinnamon or something else in your coffee, it blocks that insulin response that coffee will give you. But just don't have it on full milk.
Yesterday, I had a friend who was harassing me for your phone number. He used to stand up in front of a whole lot of friends last night, and I said, no, I'm not going to. You have to listen on Thursday night, listen on Sunday night with a
There's an old trolley there. If it works or not. Look at that. Don't know what all this is. If it was a mower. It's not. That's fair. Huh? I need to slow down to go through the light. It was red. This is something on the highway. I should walk up that way, shouldn't I? Yeah, fuck it. Turn the phone off somehow. For a reboot. It disconnected. Two cop cars sort of means something more serious, I suppose. Only 4 officers. Wasn't a paddy wag. That's the third one I've seen tonight. What was the other time? 5. Phone's back on. Don't know what that trolley was. Need to plug this in too. Wrong side. Not me. Hang on a sec, I'm pulling the cord out. Plug it in. Plugging it in down under. And the scooter. Jesus Christ. Need the like a hole. I mean, not a hole. Freaking light in the hole. There's a car up here. Let's turn the brake on. Park all. Plugged in. Almost there. I think they got from the brake. Can't see front lights on. I don't know. Could be. No, no one in it. I think. Just left the lights on. Did 2. Backlight. Strange, just it's got one light on the front. It's on. One light at the back. So a cue's gone or something. Okay. See if I can connect. Connection. Settings. Bluetooth. Underboom, not connected. Connected. Is it stayed on? Hey Frankie. Hey Frank, what you up to? You at work? No worries, thanks for the likes. And thanks for being in the chat. For over how long you're in there. Yeah, there's a little bit dark walking through here. Got 2 litres of water.
Eliminate blind spots even when you're not towing. They've got trays and canopies as well. So we've got four-wheel drive set, OCAN, 4x4 accessories now.
Just give me a second.
Four-wheel drive accessories, more affordable. They've got quality parts.
Just pressed the wrong button and the sound just went up. And put it on. Take the screen off. Brightness for a sec. It's going to stop for a second. There's a park. If they're open. Might be. Male, female. Is it red? I think they're open. No, I don't think so. So you have a barbecue. Water. Table tennis. So you have to bring your own table tennis table. I'm just on a path. I have to take a leg. There's lots of, it's like kids sort of, there's, does it look like netball or something? There's just some like they call it like a playground kids thing, swings and stuff. Hope you're doing good, Frank. It's good to see you typing. It's hands-free at the moment. I've never been on the cement path, so I can see lots of lights that aren't turned on for some sort of pictures or something. Might be netball, I think it is. Who goes there? Shh. The guy's in there. Get him, Wayne. Get him. Get him. Guy there on his scooter. There's a crossroads here. Let's see. Yeah, the netball's courts. Netball. Wouldn't have seen me anyway. Too dark. I have to stop and adjust my belt. Couple cars parked up there. Yeah, so they've got the headlights on. Taillights. Gonna have to put this on the ground for a second, fix my build up. Just gonna kneel down. Oh, I'm getting old. And the grass is a little bit wet. Just gonna put this on the ground for a second.
Distance 7 kilometers. Duration 1 hour 35 minutes 22 seconds. Pace 13 minutes 3 seconds per kilometer. 403 kilocalories burned.
There's a car going up.
You okay?
It's on the tail. Maybe dry off. Scooter. Scooter. Another one over there. These are purple ones. There's a fishing bridge. I think it is salt water. It's going a long way that way, I think. It's more like mangroves down there. It's like a creek that comes off Britain River. Creek. At least it's well lit up. Welcome to chat. Hey Frank. Again. No worries Frank, if you're not doing nothing else. And we can fill up your other screens. I don't know what Madness is up to. See that light's bright. It's LED, I looked into it too. Don't look into the light. Smells down here too. Hear the crickets. I walked into a shopping centre today and I walked up the freezer section and all I could hear was crickets in the roof. All chirping away, and then all the managers and them just stand there and they're, I don't know if they know they're hearing it or it wasn't crazy. So I got in somehow. It's like a fenced off area where they've got seats and things. Couldn't see any more electric barbecues. One barbecue back there was pretty lit up. What's down there? Habitat Brisbane. Can't go there, it's a bit dark. Heritage Track. Not doing it at night. Too dark in there. I'd have to have a mount or something on my shoulder with some lights attached or something. Oh, it's like a dog park back there. You let your dog off the leash. Where am I going? Another police car, I can hear it. Yeah, I think we're going out to the sort of the main part of the road. Pretty quiet in here. Bike rack. Where am I going to go? Let's try to go this way. There's usually floods, there's these big trees. Usually floods here pretty often, especially with king tide. Okay, that's where it's a bit more light. Seems like those 7 kilometres went pretty fast. People probably sleeping in the van. That's what I saw last time too. People sleeping beside their cars. That was about midnight or something, or 30 at night. I was walking through that park. I was surprised. Didn't think there was anything around there. You don't really see anything in the city. Maybe a couple. So they must be hiding in parks in the suburbs. In their cars, on their vans. More suspected of the vans now. I see a van in a dark spot. I fancy having a camping stretcher besides your 6-cylinder car and you're sleeping on that in the pitch black in a car park at night. Someone's lucky to come up and knock you over the head or something. Rob you. What's in there? Can't really see myself. That's a noise for this house. Yay! Imagine having an apartment up there. Nice view. Had an apartment or something like that on sort of main road or highway sort of thing. Extreme that. I can smell used rubbers, tyres. Crickets still. Crickets will go away once we hear the traffic. Few little pathways on the side there. I don't know what they're about. Can stay there. Turn the radio back up. I just forgot about it.
Good old-fashioned pub grub. Famous $9.95 roast lunch at the Alex, Hallandale and Holmesley. Just $9.95 for a delicious roast lunch.
The further I walk this way, the further I've got to walk back. Distance wise. Look at that, they're like American. Aren't they? They go to the tunnels.
A&P has home loans for whatever wealth you want. Search A&P
So it reminds me, I've seen on TV, I've never been to America.
You're listening to Thank you so much for your company. A few people on the way that are I haven't made it onto the website this afternoon. They'll probably be there tomorrow.
Look, they all go through underneath there and winds and weave all over the place.
Well, they put them in this morning before the games, but he was late. Anyway, he phoned them in from the golf course, and anyway, there you go. Let's finish with this.
Yeah, I saw that farmer, the jerseys, the yellow ones.
Hey there, you on that high-flying cloud.
Some sort of cycleway. Going over the creek with nurses. Pool stinks down here too. Just stagnant water. Just got to pause for the music. Oh, it really stinks. Who dropped the guts? Hungry Jacks. Construction. Nurse. Smells alright.
Distance 8 kilometers. Duration 1 hour 46 minutes 55 seconds. Pace 11 minutes 32 seconds per kilometer. 457 kilocalories burned.
Just on the line. This one's no nurse, this one's been visiting out model, I think. Hi. She got an extra smile. She realised she was on camera. Let's walk. I wasn't walking across the road. He was going to stop. Didn't need to stop. I was walking the opposite way. I wasn't walking across the road. I was still on an island. I call it Australia. Press me boat. Looking so this is heavy. It's an old light of some sort, just got someone's ripped it out and just left it there. An old street light of some sort. Yeah, there's a camera up there too. Good in. Another female. She's a looker.
The freedom of accommodation sector reporting the highest number of vacancies. Some Sydney banks are no longer accepting cash deposits 5 ANZ branches will only allow customers to transfer money.
No headlight, it's pretty short. Female too, Chinese. So yeah.
Nine Radio is currently playing content that cannot be played on our online streams. Normal programming will resume shortly. To check out the latest Nine
Probably
Radio
talking on their
content,
phones.
visit 2GB.
And I thought they're talking to themselves. They're not streamers.
And click on the audio tab. There you'll find full show podcasts from Australia's best radio broadcasters.
8 kilometres and counting.
Some people might think that funerals are their purely preferred
Not sweating too bad.
passed on, but the fact is, funerals are really for the living. The partners,
Just a little bit on the forehead. Buffet, they ride motorbikes in shorts. Supernova. April 15th and 16th, Gold Coast. Wow, that's a Comic-Con thing. Splendor in the Grass. That's North Byron. 21st, 2nd, 3rd. They're like bands and things like that. I don't know about them though.
On the bay, winds are up to 15 knots and seas are sitting at below 1 metre.
Oh, scratching my legs.
On to GB 4.
Welcome to the city of Brisbane. City of the 2032 Olympic Games.
Last weekend.
Please subscribe.
I will be with you throughout next week as well. Good to be here. Random fact of the day. It was on this day, one of the most famous guitar players in history set fire to his guitar on stage. for the first time. Who was it? Back in 1967, of course, it was Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi
I don't know
Hendrix.
if any other guitarists actually did
Set his
that back
guitar
in the 60s.
on fire.
Or since. Set the instruments alight. Another legendary
On this day in history. Or tomorrow.
Brian
America.
Jones, of course, from Rolling Stones.
Time.
Jim Morrison. They
Today.
all died at the age of 27.
Train time.
Within a 2-year period, so between 1969 and 1971. And then, since then, there's been more. Kurt Cobain of Nirvana fame in the 1990s. Amy Winehouse as well. All died at the age of 27. It was on this day, 1967, Jimi Hendrix set fire to his guitar for the first time. 2GB Sydney, 4BC Brisbane, 2CC Canberra stations all over the country. I hope you're doing well today. What's on your mind? We can talk about it. Doesn't matter what your opinion is. You are free to express it here. You are free to talk about
express
what
it.
is like. If you'd like to get it off your chest,
Type
this
it in
is the
chat.
place to do it. 0460-873-873. Text messages, emails, of course. You can click on feedback on our station websites or simply email me overnight at goodnews.com. But as always, the phone is the best way. 131-873. The big talking point of the day.
121873.
And really, this is
Plus 61.
for the year, really. Legislation has now been introduced to federal parliament, which paves the way for the referendum. So just so there's no confusion, and there's plenty of confusion about the voice, that's for sure. This is simply legislation for the referendum to happen. And it currently passed through, it will, no doubt, in the coming months, in various committees. And that particular committee can make changes to the legislation for the referendum. So the question that we talked about last week, the question
Check my blood sugar soon too. Should be fine.
There's various politicians of both sides.
Make sure I have a biscuit before I walk out the door.
This legislation, that's almost the easy part. For Anthony Albanese, the PM, this is really shaping. It's heading towards.
Yeah, you just don't know what might happen.
Or why? Because we know most referendums in this country over history have failed. And people are confused about any nature of a change in something as important as the Constitution. Whether they,
you know what it's saying, but it is day one.
A lot of people fall into this category.
It's all
a lot of people support the sentiment.
Or some drunk.
A lot of people support.
People do strange things in the drunk.
Recognising Indigenous Australians in the Constitution as being those things that are here. If there is still about the impact that's going to have on the running of the country, it won't get up. And when you have constitutional experts, as we've seen now in the past 24 hours, lawyers who the PM himself has gone to for advice in the past and praised, if you have those constitutional lawyers raising concern, you've got a problem. And if those experts cast doubt, if there is a suggestion of high court changes, that scares people. And they'll simply vote no. George Williams, Anne Toomey, authorities on constitutional law, as you've no doubt heard on the station throughout the day, they have both cast doubt on the way this is going to work. That there could be the risk of high court challenges. That the voice could have a role across all manner of the workings of government. That it doesn't necessarily relate to Indigenous affairs. It could relate to defence, national security. The Prime Minister says the scope of what the voice considers will be controlled by the Parliament. That's what the PM says. That's the PM's intention. But some lawyers, such as Professor Williams, disagree. He says the point appointed in the Constitution is it takes it out of the hands of the Parliament.
Just the bunny's coming.
The politicians who have drafted
look at your legs.
The question. And constitutional experts, if there is confusion, if there is disagreement, people will naturally, and we are a conservative country as a whole. I don't mean politics, I mean, you're not going to vote for change unless you understand how something works. And if there's disagreement amongst our politicians and our lawyers, constitutional experts, that's a problem. And it needs to be clarified. Now, hopefully through the process of this, of the question and so forth, going down to Parliament,
he was talking about Lisa.
Various hearings and so forth. Hopefully that process can clarify the law.
Everybody knows.
And make it simple for people to understand.
If you haven't got it by now, you haven't got the storyline by now.
If it is simpler. And if the concerns that some people have about
court challenges and so forth if those concerns can be eased, because history will show
I'm not saying
referendums
anymore,
do not
I've
get
said
up
enough.
if there is confusion. You got a view on this 131872. Is it time to overhaul the way we conduct elections? Elections at state level, but at federal level. Yes. The way we do this is completely antiquated, absolutely out of date. It's 2023.
Distance 9 kilometers. Duration 2 hours 39 seconds. Pace 13 minutes 44 seconds per kilometer. 538 kilocalories burned.
Drink. McDonald's chicken nuggets. Feels like $9 Kmart. Feels like Prince, Amy Winehouse. Smells like someone's perfume. I can't see anybody.
It looks like we'll finish on 46 seats, but that's not certain. It could be 45. Now, why that's important is because minority governments can be unstable governments. And even though the three independents, Alex Bridge, Joe McGill, Greg Piper, have issued a statement, a signed statement guaranteeing confidence in supply, and that means government will function next. Every time Mexico is a contentious piece of legislation, what's going to happen? There'll be negotiations for the prospect with those independent MPs. And that's actually what happened under the council government of the regional government today. The state could demonstrate the way we run the way we run a state. But it's also really China. But our point is this: we have such a great kind of system voting. It is now in New South Wales. It is now Friday. And we still don't know whether we have a minority government or a majority government. And don't get me started at the upper house, because it could take weeks for that to be sorted out.
Don't get me
The Electoral
started.
Commission, late Thursday, put out a statement. And that statement confirmed that there's a record number of postal votes. There might not be a result in the New South Wales election within
Oh, church. It's been made into something. Grizzly Mission. It's like a charity thing of some sort.
Those 400,000 have been returned. So there are 140,000 outstanding postal votes. And they don't have to turn up on the doorstep of the Electoral Commission until the 6th of April. So it's another week. And then you've got to count those ones anyway. So that means we might not know whether you've got majority or minority government for another week. And that's unacceptable, right? And there's a couple other reasons for it. Cabinet is unlikely to finalise until that point. Now, there is a chance the Premier, Chris Minns, will select his final ministry. But he also might sit back away because he probably knows exactly how to get
Murder Mystery 2. They reckon Netflix is going to go out of business. $1,000
have a permanent police minister. A police minister to be the state. It's a fairly significant portfolio.
Shouldn't really be many people in here. Probably not really much opening in here. I'll just cruise through it. Probably just pubs.
So they're leaving sort of Holsworthy, Goulburn and Tweedale, but it's too close to call. So those three MPs, once confirmed, have a vote for a leader. So that's important. So we've got to deliver that. We've got the mission to continue to go. So that's down to the Board of Staff to conduct all the voting on the count.
This is like a slow part of town. So construction probably making more units, apartments. Ambulance. Just going through a red light. Pull up, by the looks of it. It's in there. Must have come out to have a smoke. It's where a person got murdered up here at the train station. It's like a Harley or something. Convenience store. It probably is. Looks alright. Back tank. Another strip joint. Another strip joint. Eye candy. She's pretty skinny. It's Thursday night. Bottle shop's probably over on the corner over there. Probably pretty slow in the mall. Chicks on the corner over there handing out nightclub or strip club cards. McDonald's is open still. 11:23. It's not too bad for Thursday night. Not like a Friday or Saturday night. pretty expensive really for a tracker. Karaoke. The only place that's got a line. A couple on the corners actually open. Hot dog stand's not even open. Oh, lollipops if you're young. And chaplains were driving around. Convenience store. Afternoon. Yeah, I think it was a stopping at that train station. Hey, Brittany. Just walking around, Frank. Nothing in particular. It's wearing an earpiece. Like walkie-talkie one.
Distance 10 kilometers. Duration 2 hours 15 minutes 20 seconds. Pace 14 minutes 40 seconds per kilometer. 612 kilocalories burned.
to be than the Como at Redcliffe. With semi-private waterfront spaces and large top-floor private event rooms, we can cater for almost any celebration, big or small. And our experienced Como team can take all the hassle out of planning for you. Whether it's birthdays, engagements, weddings, conferences, or presentation nights. Give our events team a call today on 32 84 65 20 or visit thecomo.com.au. The Como, your place. Just stop in. Thank you.
Hey, here you go.
Thank you. Here now, that's the sound of a CommBank Smart New Payment Reader, helping Pete grow his pickling business. Thanks, Pete. With a super low 1.1% transaction rate, same-day settlements, and no lock-in contract, the new Smart Mini is a smart mini way to grow your business. Thank you. CommBank, for all the ways we can. Search Smart Mini for more.
Where's the chaplain?
T's and C's, fees and eligibility
Looks like it.
criteria apply.
Every day, good people can find themselves in unprecedented positions. If that's happened to you, Connect Associates can be counted on to provide expert legal services with empathy and understanding. They're passionate about upholding your rights and taking a proactive approach to your legal defense.
Let's have a coffee break or something.
Of criminal law, domestic violence, and professional misconduct, they achieve excellent outcomes.
That's Brisbane City Council. Bus security. Just get called when things happen on the buses or something.
To fundraise at school. And cheers to Amanda, a proud Queenslander who returns her cans to protect this land. Cheers to the change company.
Don't ask me what that is. Looks like an old light or something. I don't know what the hell. Or something that goes down talking on more.
And I didn't personally see here until 4 o'clock in the afternoon in our news. And some people would say, hey, why'd you wait 2 hours? And I waited 2 hours because I wanted to give Mark Latham the right reply. And I called Mark Latham, and I sent Mark Latham text messages, and I also got in contact with One Nation staffers, and he refused to answer the phone, didn't reply to the text messages. He didn't reply, as of a few hours ago, to Pauline Hanson's calls. Now, he had plenty of opportunity to issue an apology yesterday. The tweet was made at 10:22 in the morning. So there's been plenty of time for Mark Latham to put his hand up and say sorry. Now, he deleted the tweet, or somebody deleted the tweet, but there's been plenty of time for Mark Latham to correct the record. And what he has written there is just, it's vile stuff of it. And I don't care who has said it and about who, it's disgusting. Like, absolutely disgusting. And yes, I know that people are getting whipped up. I mean, Andrew Bolt's comments on Sky. Andrew Bolt has come out and basically said Mark Latham's political career is over because of this. Now, I don't know what's going to come to that. It might not, because in the corporate world, for instance, if I was to make a comment like that, whether it was on social media or on the radio, I'd be sacked within half an hour. Guarantee it. Politics is different. The rules of politics and the rules of parliaments are different. So his political career may well continue. And I think from some respects, a lot of people will want it too, because he speaks for a lot of people. He speaks a lot of sense. But on this one, he hasn't. And I've got to say, Robin, I'm not being hysterical, because I waited 2 hours before broadcasting it and gave Mr. Latham, as everybody probably who's been reporting this throughout the day, an opportunity to respond, and he hasn't responded. So he might be in the Roosters game last night. I didn't see it. I saw the Roosters game on TV. I didn't see him at the game, but he's had the opportunity to respond.
I'll make dinner when I get home too.
But thank you, Robin. Gordon says on the text line, he wasn't just away from his trouble some 10 years ago. You recall what it was about. Mr. Latham's had a few issues here and there. There were some comments he made on Sky News several years ago. He used to co-host the Offsiders program.
Make some chicken.
The Outsiders program. And That didn't
And
last.
some
because comments
vegetables.
he's made. There was an incident with a taxi driver.
Corporate
Yes, there have been
security.
issues over the past few years, but this one goes beyond it.
Corolla.
Mr. Latham. 131873. Let's get to your calls. Michelle. Hello, Michelle.
Good morning, love.
On scooters right now. I think they're scooters. There they are.
I like the overview is a straight person.
The helmet's dangerous. After those are cops. 2 people on that one. To go into the nightclub.
I think we have to come out and apologise because it's deeply ashamed and it's just taking its time. And I really agree. And I just think that if everybody a fair day, so I do believe that I've already said so I can't say that.
Yeah, and I can't repeat it, Michelle. I'm right to take it off the radio.
Nobody thinks what the day is doing. Not yours, not mine, not yours.
And that's part of the thing. And Mr. Latham crossed the line there by publishing going to detail. And to be honest, it wouldn't matter if this was a homosexual issue or a heterosexual issue. If he had used the language he
Pretty
used
bright, isn't it? Big
about a
column.
heterosexual person.
Can't really see how tall it is.
It's hard to describe what he did because I'm not going to describe it. It would be equally disgusting, Michelle. I don't know why people have to use that language. And I don't think these things get to be vile and disgusting. And yes, Mr. Latham has apologised, but he's had ample opportunity to do that, and hopefully he will do that on Friday.
But that sounds for a little bit when it has been said it.
Speed cameras or something top. Maybe the red light camera.
I'm sorry, I'm not mean it.
See a reflection of myself.
If you really think it over, I think it's a very straightforward breakdown. I don't know the name. I only know by what
Amazon driver.
and they're all capable of saying things. I know what to do for them today, and they're all going to take them into consideration. We do make mistakes in life that we're going to regret.
We do. No, I appreciate that comment, Michelle, and I appreciate your opinion on that, and there certainly will be opportunity for Mark Latham to apologise. You think he'll get the official apology later in the day. Thank you, Michelle. 131873.
Ah, bit of a breeze. Decided to walk up this way instead. Cones, anyone?
Okay, the first one on the board. I think we can save millions on a referendum by doing what South Australia did last Sunday. Yeah. So especially sitting in Parliament, there was a governor on hand.
Don't feel like walking up a hill. Walk down one.
And they were for it, but they passed the vote. We couldn't do that.
Chase. That's all down and watch. And coconut yogurt. 2 donkeys.
The boys up and running one day. I mean, they were cheering on the set in South Australia.
And I must admit, I'm not sure the details being so closely aligned this week with New South
2
Wales.
asses.
I haven't followed exactly what's happening in South Australia. What sort of power does the South Australian voice have?
It sounds like exactly like what the Prime Minister suggested. They will elect representatives to be representatives of the
parking joints around here.
and they will make representation to the
$7 flat rate, evening and weekends.
Just like Albert Albanese.
Oh, I'm saying it's fast food. I'm hungry.
But in an act of Parliament,
You know people on the streets that I don't know of. You can see like sleeping.
like that into the
Homeless ones.
Constitution, you've got constitutional issues.
As soon as that car,
You've
yeah.
got the possibility
Or car park.
of High Court challenges.
Could
You haven't
hire
got
that
High
out
Court
and
challenges. This is an act
we're racing
of
it at night time.
It's not.
Needs to be a bit taller, but
And that's the risk of what
you can drift through it.
constitutional lawyers who the Prime Minister has relied on in the past for advice on these matters, if they are warning you... there
And
could
no
be
money
high
on the
court
street yet.
challenges, that's the risk. You also wanted to have a word about postal voting.
Yep, no, yep. So that's what I think.
Distance 11 kilometers. Duration 2 hours 26 minutes 34 seconds. Pace 11 minutes 14 seconds per kilometer. 687 kilocalories burned.
Yeah, it should convert it into miles too at the same time. So just one. Yeah, still. That one on that Fruit Loops. Nothing American that I can see now. Noodles, fruit juice, ice cream, Hershey's, ice cream, contains milk. So.
That's not the way we do business. We'll do know that. And we believe by getting to know you, we'll build a place to back your plans. And quickly too. Because your area is only bank purpose-built for being
Black van.
You're in business and looking to grow. When you enter your field,
Street cleaner.
backing business. Eligibility, criteria, fees, charges, terms and conditions apply to the dealer of that.
Let's cross live now to Sarah for news on how
If I was lazy, I could get one of those, no, hang off that down. One of those bikes.
Tour, which is visiting 1,000 locations during March. Delivering hearing checks for adults.
Killing the calves right now.
If you're the sort of person
Burn
who has an adventure streak,
drink.
who likes waking up wherever you want, who's quietly happy that kids have finally left home, a person who likes donuts and jockey wheels, we hope like the paradise. So make sure you cover it with you. You insured. Product issued by UE Pty Ltd. If it's not our caravan and trailer PDS to decide this product is right for you. DMD and PDS available at UE.com.au.
It's under construction now, connecting our country like never before.
Please subscribe.
And opportunities in our regions along the way.
It's almost like torture. Walking up hills.
Giving us a faster, more reliable way to move goods around Australia. Discover more at allenrail.com.au. This is our opportunity.
Yeah, I got that. Coming your way now. A part for every car from sellers who love cars like you. On eBay.
Gotta make sure I have plenty of salt. Replace the electrolytes. I'm back in the car. We've got lights on. It's suspicious. Yeah. Come on. Jeez. You could really get fit in here walking up all down these side streets. Jeez.
Maureen says, how much public housing could you build for the cost of the referendum? A lot. A hell of a lot. Adam says, I don't see the issue with the queer, whether it's homosexual or heterosexual. Well, no, Adam, I do. I don't think politicians, who are our leaders, should be using gutter language. It doesn't, I actually don't care what they're
Don't matter.
in terms of sexuality.
Doesn't matter.
I don't think they should be in the gutter. They should actually have some standards with the way they communicate. And yes, if Mark Latham regrets what he said, he should just come out and apologise for it. Margaret says 2 minutes don't make it right. No one's criticising Alex Grant for calling Mark Latham a disgusting person on TV this week over the issue. Alex started this conflict, so both should apologise. Well, Margaret, appreciate that point. Alex Grant made those disgusting comments because of comments Mark Latham made about the trans issue. Now, I think Mark Latham had every right to
freaking tripped over his thumb.
Not interrupted by transgender
Covered with tar. Very tar.
The violence being followed, that wasn't right either. And to Mark Latham's credit, he criticised, demonstrated on both sides of the fence. So yes, maybe I
Only another 10 kilometres to go.
Disgusting, but let me tell you, Margaret, the language that Mark used about Alex Grant is far worse than just disgusting. 131873. Steve, hello, Steve.
G'day, mate, and just on that briefly, I know that the Prime Minister talks about respectful disagreement, and I agree with that, but some of our leaders as well don't want to be respectful towards each other, or how are you going to have respectful disagreement?
Batteries are 100%.
Question time for crying out loud. Respectful disagreement? Really?
Yeah,
First since I've turned all those apps off, it's in low power mode.
From all sides,
It just doesn't use the battery like it used to.
Is also not up to standard.
That's right. Yeah, so I agree with that. Now, just on this back to that NRL debate, I'm going to get into conjunction with stadiums because they're both perennial.
It's all linked as well, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean,
It's like it's basically charging off the battery.
Look, I mean, if my team's going to do it, and
Oh no, straight through the battery, mate. Into the phone. Rather than going into the battery first. What I meant to say. Someone stole the bin off the top. Small, long streets.
They own the Dockland Stadium, Marvel Stadium. It's a really fair question. They bought a pub in Brisbane last year, and the club that I support, the Sharks, they're one of the clubs that's missed out on funding. And as somebody who goes to Shark Park all the time, I wish they had some funding because the ground is not in good shape. But the point regarding Cronulla is they own the ground. So it should be their responsibility. And as of yesterday, and we'll talk about banks a little later in the program, the Cronulla Sharks bought a bank. They actually bought the Westpac Bank in the main street of Cronulla yesterday. And it's close. Now they're sort of done, not that to upgrade the ground probably cost $20 million, right? Now they just paid $20 million to the bank. So Cronulla has made money out of their development, and they are investing that money in other properties, but then they say they don't have money to upgrade the ground. Doesn't quite add up, does it?
No, it doesn't quite add up. So, I mean, I've been on that stage for a long time, asking why the NRL themselves. I mean, the NRL themselves.
Couple of homeless. Ambulance.
Suncorp Stadium this Saturday night. We need more than 30,000 screaming fans to remind the Tigers just how big that heart is. They're
police.
Looking for Australia's best range of pickup trucks? Then you don't realise that. To get into your local Ram Truck dealer, best selection of the most powerful, capable and luxurious pickups all under one roof. And with the world's most powerful pickup leading the range, Ram is everything else for that. Visit ramtrucks.com.au. See your Ram Truck dealer today. Get behind the wheel of a Hemi V8 powered Ram. Enough said.
Some people might think that funerals are there purely to farewell those who have passed on. But the fact is, funerals are really for the living. The partners, the families, and the friends who are all mourning for the loss of someone incredibly special to them. At Alex Dow, we believe that funerals represent
Billy Pilly. It's coming on the ankle. There's a 4-door sedan. Police car. There's an old dude walking really slow.
Distance 12 kilometers. Duration 2 hours 37 minutes 57 seconds. Pace 11 minutes
You alright, mate?
22 seconds
Take care.
per kilometer. 746 kilocalories burned.
Looked like he was drunk. Supposed to have said couldn't move too fast. I don't think it was like he was. I thought he was old at the beginning, but I think he's just drunk. It's some sort of bowling game, like a different drink. I didn't even hear that. Too busy for straight on him. Saw blue flashing lights again. Where are they? Yeah, ambulance. It's been going with that car and that wherever that police car went. Has to be for sure. Some sort of food delivery. Free DoorDash. But went to Ukraine. He was here and he made $1 million the other day in Sydney just for his speech. And that's the cost of heaps in security too. For the police, so they had heaps of police attending.
Did say that Mark Layton was a disgusting human being, is the quote, and that was in relation to comments that Mark Layton made about transgender people.
I think it's simple how to do with the background, otherwise it sort of got this puzzle.
Yeah.
In there, I was moving related to a couple of kids in the school playground. And Tommy hits Bobby. The body reacts and kicks and punches and does a whole lot extra.
But these aren't kids in the school playground, both of them. These are leaders, these are adults, these are elected officials.
Yeah, the principle is that those kids would go to detention. Now, I want an apology from the first person and from the second person, because we had this lovely election where it was all nicely held between leaders. And the
food
person
delivery
who caused the downhill was actually the person
That's a lot
who
cheaper on fuel.
Nathan didn't react well, or
Good job.
but it's due to who started it.
Yeah, I think that's a fair point, Margaret. I accept that, and I'll find the exact quote for you a little later when we get a chance. But Mark Layton's comments go beyond. Alex Greenwich used the word disgusting, and I can't repeat what has been said, or I will be taken off the radio, Margaret. It's that bad. And I think all of our politicians need to take a look at the and Kim conducted themselves, both conducted themselves in
No, the graphs.
which they did not resort to personal attack. Full stop. And I think that actually set the bar about how we conduct politics in this country. Yeah, the one's a little bit dodgy there now, but I think I can actually find those comments a little later. I certainly appreciate it. Thank you, Margaret. 131873. On the NRL in Stadium, Bob on the text line says
Rattle the
players and
stars.
executives 35% less and use the money to build stadiums. Thank you, Bob. But I actually wonder whether we need to be spending hundreds of millions of dollars on more stadiums in Sydney anyway. Yes, Leichhardt Oval, Brookvale Oval, the Oval Wide Open, Shark Park, they're not great. But actually don't need billions spent on them all together. They probably need $10 million each just to be enough to standard. The suburban ground people actually enjoy sitting on the hill. Kevin says, what part of what Mr. Latham said was factually incorrect? Kevin, I don't think it matters what's factually incorrect or not factually incorrect. Not correct. It's the language you used in a public forum. Now, if I know those comments, I would be sacked immediately. And I'm not suggesting Mr. Latham should be sacked, but I'm not saying Mr. Latham as a political leader should have a level of setting a standard that isn't the standard used by 15-year-olds 30 years ago on a school playground.
Go electric in a BMW iX3 or BMW iX xDrive 40. With exceptional BMW finance offers available on both new and demonstrator models, and additional power-packed extras also included, your path to electric has never been easier. Visit your BMW dealer for a test drive today. Offer ends March 31. BMW Finance Australian Credit License 392387. Fees, charges, conditions and eligibility criteria apply. Introducing the new Samsung Galaxy S23 series at Optus. An epic smartphone with an epic camera deserves an epic deal. At Optus, get a massive 100 gigs of data
Legs are getting sore.
$39 per month. That's a huge $20 off per month on our $59 SIM plan in eligible postcodes. Head into an Optus store today. Great value starts with yours.
Only another 8 kilometres to go.
$59 per month after 12 months. New services only. T&Cs apply.
$15 Kmart jeans. Oh, my legs hurt. What's this say?
For some people, mornings are the best part of the day. But for many others, it can be really challenging. That's because to wake up well,
It's about 8 kilometres.
ResMed has been helping Aussies make every morning a good morning for over 30 years.
Can slow it down a little bit.
Every day. So start learning with a free sleep assessment.
So it's all downhill at the moment. Well, here.
Australian-grown tansy apples are in season now. Sweet and tangy with a juicy crunch. Pick you up in the afternoon with this deliciousness. Nothing crunches like a tansy, so get them while you can see. Look for tansy apples in store now at your local supermarket.
Yeah, shout out to her. Madness. Shout out Frank Palmer.
This finance plan is the lowest rate home loans with multiple offsets. One you can pause repayment from if you're ahead. It's a flexible contract. For all the rest, we can. Applicants and subject to approval simply see the health department.
You're listening to Overnight on Brisbane's 4BC.
Overnight.
Margaret, who was just on
Australia. Please subscribe.
So if you want to have your say on this issue, 131873. If there's something else we want to talk about this morning, it doesn't matter what your opinion is. You can chat the night away with me. You can send me a text message 0460 873 873 or call me 131873.
Want to know the secrets of feeling happy at home?
Smell onions.
It's having neighbours
That's not
you
my
love
beer.
knowing. Spaces you like going. Enjoying peaceful gardens where someone else does the mowing. At Lendlease Retirement.
I'm going to test my sugar level. It's going to stop for a second and lift my arm up. Just stand still. There we go. not too bad. Not lowering it. Way to LA. Seems to be a lot of streamers in Florida at the moment streaming. Who knows? He's probably embarrassed about what he's been up to, or he's gone away for a while or something, or literally gone away in jail. I don't know. I don't know if he had any warrants or anything.
Has lashed those opposing the advisory body.
Those doubters, those wreckers, they want to hold Australia back.
A neutral campaign to educate voters about the referendum is expected to begin in May in Canberra. Zach De Silva, 9 News.
One Nation leader, Pauline Hanson, has slammed her New South Wales counterpart Mark Latham following a homophobic tweet about independent Sydney MP Alex Greenwich. Mr Latham's post was in response to comments made by Mr Greenwich about his involvement in a recent event where LGBT
Don't leave me!
Giving police robust powers to deter mass crime. Just law allows police to conduct random searches without reasonable suspicion in the state's safe night precincts and on public transport. The legislation is named after 17-year-old Jack Beasley, who was stabbed to death on the Gold Coast in 2019.
Public companies. Yeah, they're probably doing those air things too. Those air canister things, what are they calling them? Puffing. And puffing. And blow your brain cells out.
New South Wales Transport Minister Joe Haylen has begun briefings on the rail.
I'll probably regret it later on in life.
After it ground to a halt. Eddie Meyer
They're young and impressionable. They get together and it's like peer group pressure.
Distance 13 kilometers. Duration 2 hours 49 minutes 37 seconds. Pace 11 minutes.
Not too bad.
40
minutes.
seconds per kilometer. 821 kilocalories burned.
Cars were definitely burning. Uphill again I go. Nobody knows. Falcon.
Listen to the Ray Hadley Morning Show, weekdays for 9 on 4BC.
I got off the bus. Look at the corner of our house. They'll just stare at you. They don't know what to say. Oh yeah. Stare back. Finally say something if they say something.
Piastri's birthday wish is finishing in the points of Sunday's Formula One Grand Prix. The McLaren rookie turns 22 next week. He started after his debut race at Albert Park. Piastri says it's an adjustment racing at home.
Still thinking that it's a race weekend and I'm not here for a holiday.
10th seed Yannick Sinner has won through to the men's semi-finals at the Miami Open in straight sets.
Miami Open.
Give your body a boost. Explore the exciting range of vitamins at Chemist Warehouse. Like Healthy Care Odorless Fish Oil 200 mini capsules, $9.29. Feel stronger with Caltrate Bone and Muscle 100 tablets, $10.49. Turn to Neutralite Deep Load and Detox 60 capsules, $19.99. And try Nature's Way Joint Restore Triple Action 120 tablets, only Chemist Express. For great savings every day from home to Chemist Warehouse.
Brisbane Lions. That's VFL.
20 to 50% off. It's annual Spanish Football College. 20 to 50% off. Last 10 days. 20 to 50% off. And the training program is
Don't want to stop because I see that going downhill. No, don't think any fast food joints are open. Definitely no supermarkets. So I can't be buying chips.
If you're the sort of person who likes to open who's quite happy that kids have finally left home.
Like the Tinder streams, Frank.
We know you must love the caravan, and if you love it, you want to protect it. So make sure you cover it with Yui. Yui. You and Shumi. Product issued by Yui Pty Ltd. Consult our caravan and trailer PDS. There's a project
Hey. Walk barefooted.
Partly cloudy with a slight chance of a shower tomorrow, temperatures up to 28. A shower or two on Sunday, tops at 26. Showers or chance of a storm. On the bay today, variable winds up to 15 knots, decreasing to 10 knots in the evening.
You're a superstar.
For BC and network stations. Back to Overnight with Quentin Maynard.
Good morning. Today, Friday the 31st of March. So that's a quarter of the year done. After the day.
Quarter of the year done.
Ready. Of course, you can email me overnights at 2gb.com or via our station website 0460 text messages.
I can't stop. Walking a bit awkwardly. Faster I get.
And this was in the Herald last week, and this is an exact quote from Alex Greenwich. Mark Latham is a disgusting human being, and people who are considering voting for One Nation need to realise they're voting for an hateful and dangerous individual who risks causing a great deal of damage to our state. He was angry.
Wanda has joined the conversation.
Targeting the LGBTQ community. He said that targeting them who they left in school and raising politics should be accused of relating to feeling hate. Well, it was the LGBTQ community who decided to conduct a protest outside Chris Latham's speech that he had every right to conduct at the church in Belfield, and not defending the response from the other protesters throwing bottles of police.
Apologies if anybody's got epilepsy in the chat.
But it was the LGBT.
Those flashing lights.
So Mark
chassis shut.
Is certainly his right to conduct those speeches. Absolutely. And Alex Greenwich may well have been over the top in what he has said, saying he's a disgusting human being. But let me assure you, what Mark Latham has said in the tweet is actually far worse. Two wrongs don't make a right. And we elect politicians to be leaders. And do we want...
It doesn't matter, politicians all over the world seem to be the same. Promise everything and deliver nothing.
No. Now, one of the messages here, you're in the text line. You won't plan at your station.
Check the bin for KFC.
But get out in the real world and you'll hear these comments every day.
For really behind locked doors.
Don't get me wrong. I've heard those comments before. And you justify that you want people to talk about one another like that.
I didn't see it being outside.
It's got nothing to do with wokeness. It's got something to do with class. Bit of class, bit of decency.
Someone's run into the telephone whole thing.
in the real world. Yes, they should reflect the sentiment of the real world. And Mark Latham has done extraordinarily well in recent years in reflecting public sentiment. That's why Mark Latham is popular. But when you use language like that, it crosses a line that's completely unnecessary. From another one of our listeners, I've read Mr.
Always I'll be keeping my blood sugars down. But actually,
language is not actually homophobic.
Have something actually with some sugar in it after I have something to eat for dinner.
This is social media. Yeah, good point. I think you need to put the social
Just in case it dips down overnight, sometimes it can. It's just real light exercise. Excuse me.
That our big cities are full. Most notably Sydney. But we can't take a bigger population. It seems like finally everyone's catching up. It was all over the front page of the Telegraph yesterday. Our roads are jammed, hospitals are packed, schools are full, public transport struggles. We cannot take more people. Now, I've changed my thing a little bit in recent months, but I think the country can support a bigger population.
Yeah, though, here in that, they reckon American cities, there's only a few cities that are really set up for walking.
Everyone is struggling to find staff.
A lot of them don't even have footpaths.
And one of the reasons we struggle to find staff is we closed the borders for 2 years because of COVID. We had the students coming into the country and then taking on part-time jobs or migrants. And that's left industries very much short of workers. And that has a flow-on effect. One of the significant causes of inflation is a lack of staff, because when there's fewer workers, it naturally pushes up prices. It's a key driver of inflation. So we actually need a...
And I got a little bit.
...to bring inflation back down, and that we have to pay for goods and services. But when we bring in people, they need to be the right people with the right skills who are going to contribute to society, not just leech off the taxpayer. And they need to be living in the right places. And that's not Sydney. Probably not even Brisbane. Frank Cardano, a very good man, spoke yesterday. He's on with Ben Fordham. And he speaks some sense. Sydney's west is taking its fair share, and the infrastructure is not caught up. And the former coalition associate, to his credit, said record amounts, one of the record amounts of infrastructure, but it still wasn't enough to keep up with all the immigration in Sydney's west. So why do we speak?
And that pizza seems to have a lot of bread.
They should be forced to live elsewhere. Do politicians actually have the guts to do that? It's not a discrimination issue. If people want to move,
I try these things you call biscuits.
They should be forced to live in areas that are not Sydney, and maybe even Brisbane.
What are you doing, buddy?
That will ease the costs of housing.
Slow right down, too.
And in terms of staffing, if there are a boost in population numbers in other parts of the country, that will flow through to New South Wales. 131873, you're in charge of the
Distance, 14 kilometers. Duration, 2 hours, 59 minutes, 58 seconds. Pace, 10 minutes, 20 seconds per kilometer. 877 kilocalories burned.
Looks like an okay day, partly cloudy with top of 21. On emails, you can send me an email overnight to 2gb.com. Ruth says, I found Mark Latham's tweet disgusting. However, I'm reserving judgment, as it was so bizarre and inhibited, you can't help wondering whether he has slipped into some sort of hypomania. But who knows, Ruth? Mark Latham's a very intelligent man, and that's where it's the head just scratching your head. And sometimes we all make comments that we regret, but he's also had ample opportunity to now, you might say, correct the record.
Feet feel alright, actually. Not like lifted up. Yeah. Strap them up again, bro.
Hello, Helen.
Came out.
Oh, hi, Kenton. Yes. I don't really want to know. I'll just use my imagination.
It's going to go through a little dark spot.
But when you think about it, I've never seen the way...
Still too hot during the day to be
today,
out streaming. Been around the 30 degrees again last few days.
Today, whether it's political or whatever. And you've only got to listen.
Supposed to be cold front coming tonight, so we'll see. Did rain early this morning.
On the other side, and you've got beauty of thought, and Rita that just wanted to talk about women's rights, which is just about killed in New Zealand. The whole thing, and then we've got Albanese trying to change our constitution, and it's a lot to take in, and I have to say, I got to the stage where I really want to watch as much as I use it that I did on Sky, because there's two shows tonight.
Bat right there somewhere.
One shows you the days of
There it goes.
and how he was dressed and speaking German, because he was a Republican, and I
Could hear it feeding on too. Some sort of little barrier. I seen them there last time I walked through.
whatever, and the best country in the world, and all of these.
I know, at least it must be making a bit of money with all these donations.
And I was very annoyed, because I was just really disgusted with it. You know, he's criticising his own. And then the other one was, I turned it off not because of Paul Murray, I thought I like him, and he was only giving a story, but I couldn't stand listening to women. And they didn't know whether to call him a boy or a girl, and what they were going to do. And I thought, what
the other lens looked
world
like it was shaking a bit.
No wonder someone like, whether it's Mark, Latham, or whoever it is, you just lose it.
You know, I've got to say, Helen, Mark Latham has drawn attention to issues that do concern parents. Look, I've got 3 kids in school.
250 a night, yeah, it's probably about the price you pay here. Frank, in the Gold Coast for a decent one. Oh, you know, not a 5-star, but maybe 3 or 4. Probably the same in Brisbane too. You want something that's half decent. Probably getting the Hilton for 400 a night. Or you just sleep on the beach. Free.
Now, in the 1950s,
St. June's.
This is before my time, but people weren't using that sort of language in public. Maybe they did behind the scenes, but they didn't.
They're probably more lenient, let people sleep in their cars now because there's so many homeless. Nothing like what there is in America. You know what I mean?
Why is that suddenly people
are just being outpriced?
And maybe it's social media. Maybe social media is the problem.
Yes, I think
Even to buy a brand new house is so expensive.
You know, I'm not on his side. I don't know what he wrote.
Compared to what people make.
But the thing is,
wage-wise,
I can understand it's so easy to lose it today because wherever you go, there's no calm, is there?
No.
They reckon there won't be anything really to rent house-wise
That's right. So,
for the next 3 years.
I just, as you said,
Unless you've got big dollars.
maybe he was just he's worked so hard. And
Even then, you probably got like a few hundred people applying for one available house. Another reason land prices and house prices are staying high and going up.
Comment the post that he made on social media yesterday. He made it at about 10:30 yesterday. He was in response.
Less supply than the amount of people that want to buy one.
What I just read from
people moving from overseas and from other states.
That was from last week. So he'd had a whole week to consider his response to it.
He must have been festering on it.
They can't build them fast
and maybe that was the case. And I hope that he comes out on Friday and publicly apologises or explains himself. Because I think, you know, in the end, we as taxpayers are actually financing his career and paying his wages. And he
can probably tell by my voice I'm a bit
8-year term in Parliament.
Bit tired.
And I'm not advocating that he be...
That's more pain you probably hear.
Hard work, that can't happen. But I think he owes the public an explanation on this one. And when he gets
it from the hips,
he's not answering the phone calls from Pauline Hanson. Well, that's a problem. Thank you, Helen, for your call.
Only place open is McDonald's up here. It's 7-Eleven.
Yeah, good morning.
I wouldn't buy anything for 7-Eleven, it's too expensive.
I'll make some brief comments on the voice and also in relation to this whole issue associated with Mark Latham and his comments, if I may. Okay, look, with regards to the voice, it seems as though Mr Albanese is trying to establish some sort of legacy, in inverted commas. And that's to override the potential incompetence of Labor in terms of their economic policies, their
Slow down.
Quite ridiculous catering
Lights are green.
demands of the Greens in relation to companies and
Just weird sometimes.
alleged output of carbon emissions.
Maybe they think they're on the top of the radar or something.
Re-establish both gas and coal production, which we need, because at the moment alternative energy sources relating to the renewable energy cannot provide us with the baseload power that we need. Now, I see this
Yeah,
as
they
a
reckon
great
power's going up by 20%.
construct
Again, only went up
by
like
Labor
20%,
and Albanese.
say 3-4 months ago or something.
Heaven help
Yet
us
inflation's
if it does,
supposed to be
in
coming down.
establishing this voice, which is in essence
So it still means things are going to be expensive if electricity is still expensive. Because they use a lot of energy to produce things.
eventually, and
A lot of
this has
processed
been
food.
sought out by various
Need it to
local
make cars.
destabilise our system of government.
Well, what we've heard, and it was in the Australian yesterday, from constitutional lawyers, where it's suggesting that possibly it could have
You can
a ruling over issues
first better
like
hire
this.
these by the hour.
That's not what we're being sold.
I'm gonna put my own ad on here. What do you reckon?
Essentially, no, and we were not
There's heaps of
getting
them.
any details about who
Even big billboards.
This is basically an overriding of the elected.
Oh, we could put it on that one.
Within both the Senate, the upper house, and the House of Representatives, the lower house. And this is
I saw it on
basically
YouTube.
what it amounts to. It is a
This guy made the
grand
zap up.
vision, if you like.
And you won't, you can't, you have to actually go through the company that's, be a company or whatever that's owns the. But then you'd have to rent it for, say, a week or 2 weeks at a time. But these guys made an app up where you can rent it by the hour. And they pretty much want you, they show you what sites you can use to make up your billboard. And you can pretty much make it up yourself. You just click the button and it goes live for how many ever hours you buy. And they don't even own the billboards.
Which will lead to a basic conflict between.
Yeah, there's a billboard there, but it's not on. Real big one in the middle.
Called the voice.
Oh, I think the way things stand now, though, Nicholas, I find it.
See, the amount of cars that drive past here,
be successful.
Be worth it.
Because Australians have a history
During peak hour.
against referendum, against constitutional.